Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Great Chronicles. So, last time was a bit of a downer. Sholmes got injured. Gina is in prison. She's accused of murder. That poor Mr. What's his name? Wittybank is dead. Ha! We have to find out what happened. In order to do that, we must investigate. So that's what we're going to do right now. 15th of April, 1:26 p.m. Wittybank's pawnbrokery. Here we are again, at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers. The representation papers. Oh, he's not impressed. Your ladyship. Oh! I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. That is good work, that is. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Wow. Does he have to drink so fast? Oh, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Fit as a fiddle. Okay. Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then? Do as you please. You know where it happened. Through that door behind the counter. Yes. The storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Wittybank. And Gina. Right. Well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. But there are so many articles to go through. It's taking forever, even with the lads working round the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently. Another case? Oh, that must be what Lars Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. Another case? So, what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Okay. Oh, come then. Let us not waste any time. Okay, we need to examine everything. The music box? Oh, that's a music box. Do you have them where we come from, Juno? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan. Oh well, this would be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Oh, never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll take Rexy to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Okay, so there's a box that we need to find in here. Hey, what happened here? Huh, look here. Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably Mr. Whittybank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. There's blood. Ah, well. Mr. Sholmes tries to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry, what? It's all there, in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps? Oh, in jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It's quite a dangerous pastime. Oh, he doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even do it once. I'll forget that for now, Bruno. Let's examine this bullet. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? A suspicious red stain on the calendar. Aha! I may well be able to help with that. What? There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Bruno? I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. Oh, I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. Oh, there you have it. You see, when it comes to blood, we're all different types. Yes, what a scientific observation. So you need this. Oh no, what is a scary looking thing? Oh, Hurley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you can see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch. Wait, what? Oh. The color of the bloodstain has changed. Does it make sense now? Not really. Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. Really? Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see? Oh yes. Oh yes, how wonderful. Which chemical it fires combined with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash. Okay. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris. Fabulous. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's splendid great. So, whose blood are we looking at then? Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so just find someone whose blood turns the same color, and you know who it belongs to in a flash. Okay. Well, it's more like two flashes, really, isn't it? Or one flash or two. This could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make a note of it in the court record. The blood sample has been entered into the court record. Oh, let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long As long as I have a reagent left, sir. We can run out. Oh dear. Green blood. Just seems wrong somehow. Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know? Like I said, everyone's blood is different. I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. This is a strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things that as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think when Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday. We were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Oh yes, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know? Are you alright, Runa? Oh, it's just... well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole. But when you pick out individual things... you can't help wishing you owned them. You owned them. Even that horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. The horse statue, there it is. What about this thing then? I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it close again. Oh yes, that's a folding stereoscope. Really? This is a stereoscope? Mr. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But for that he used the great big contraption over there. Ah well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this is the thing. It's a much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I could make money out of this in Japan. It would beat keeping my toilet sparkling clean. Anyway, wait, what? What? What does it mean? It would beat keeping my toilet sparkling clean. What? I don't know. What's that? There's the article ledger here, and Mr. Windybank's notes, and what's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind. Oh, look on the back. There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie, show us. Oh yeah, we found that yesterday. 15th of February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited. 1 gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid £1. Redemption deadline 15th of April, 10:30 p.m. A gentleman overcoats. Pawned for £1. Clearly, it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think. Yes, this must be a ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing. Which belonged to McGilded. Oh, I would never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. Oh, it seems Mr. Winterbank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have to hand. But this photograph of a cat looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently. Yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same as the one Ginny gave us earlier. Of course. I was forgetting that she gave us that print. Well, what are you waiting for then? Naruto-san, get it out. Alright. It's the clock's turn. Yes, they're exactly the same. No, they're not the same. The angle is different. Hey, I've got it! These two photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Hey, do you really want to know? Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. So Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windybank's counter, and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between the two identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry, what? If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They're not? Have another look at them now. Yeah, they're very slightly different. Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other? I'm trying to look at the scene. And wait, I think I need to get closer. Oh, I've got it. Oh, Tutti Kitty. I don't know what this really gives us. Don't know why it's important. I think so. It's very subtle though. Oh, but what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Well, it's because they're set, you see. No, I don't see. Oh, you're not honoring your name, Yunosuke. This pair of photographs is meant to be used as a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. Ah, stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently? Oh, yes. That's what Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday. You see, there it is, just over there. Ah yes, of course, that magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. What? Really? Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you. Oh, she's over the moon. Bless her. Should we let her explain though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. Oh, I for one simply have to know. Okay. Have you ever considered, Runo, how will our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, just open them and it works. But the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes? Shocking. If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you see straight away. what you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Indeed. Yes. Oh yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. Ah, my brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Oh, I think I see. So the pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So, if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see depth in these prints? Yes, Bruno, you're beginning to understand. And the stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that? Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. You can? Really? Let's try it. Let's see if we can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Oh, Sato-san really loves these kind of things. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me and see if you can copy. Ew. Make your eyes do this. Alright, alright. Let me try. Are you ready, Naruhodo-san? Oh! There. There. How's that? Wonderful. Now it's your turn, Bruno. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Okay. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try it looking at the print. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. You should see two overlapping images like this. I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. I can see it. Alright then. Oh, did the print split into two images for you? Now the next step. I just need to get closer to the screen now to see it properly. Oh yeah. See the little kitty again. 3D. Is to put the pair of prints side by side like this, and then to try crossing your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together. Form a new single image in the center. Oh yeah, oh yes. Naruhodo-san, it works. I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real. Oh, I could look at it all day. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Are you done, Bruno? Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like this is it? Oh, there, you managed it. So now you know how stereoscopic images work. Oh, well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Bruno? Oh, they're certainly amazing. But it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. No, some people find it easier than others. That's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? Oh, if I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. And that set the pair of photographs in this stand at the back end. Oh, it's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. Oh, but if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so, in any case. Stereoscopic pictures. Never even heard of them until yesterday. We certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I ever actually need. The second white card photograph has been entered into the court record. Let's see those cards. This is the ticket that Gina brought in here yesterday. Oh yes, having been entrusted to her by Mr. McKinley 2 months earlier. Article deposited, one gentleman's overcoat. And the other redemption ticket was in the pocket of that coat. Yes, for a small box, deposited 2 days before the omnibus incident. Could that have anything to do with all this? Oh, the blood. We need to test the blood. Naruto-san. I don't know if you noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I have noticed. The red smear, you mean? Yes. It looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Sito-san has picked up on that. Well, in that case... Yes, the iris. We should know. We should show this to her before we forget. Uh-huh. Okay, let's show that to Iris. Naruto-san. No, we don't know. We must... I want to present it. I'll go through all that again. Wait, why can't I present? Oh, that looks like blood. I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather. Well, don't worry, Bruno. You can leave the rest to me. Okay, it's turned purple. Oh, look at that. Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it. Oh, we simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point. Well, this particular stain of blood. You have an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? I think I do. Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color I turned, but with a little deduction. Oh, that's right. I think it's clear. Oh, Iris, you know as well. Oh, you first, Bruno. Who do you think it belongs to? Alright, I believe that's the blood of, thrice-fired Mason. Thrice-fires Mason. Oh, you don't sound very sorry of yourself. The way you trail off there... Well, it was 2 months ago, in that case. And of course, I'd never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. But he was definitely thrice-fires, though. Oh, the victim of the omnibus case? Oh yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice-Fires Mason. But that would mean that this bloodstain was left on the kit 2 months ago. Oh yes, I think it was. 2 months ago. Gina brought this ticket here to Windybanks yesterday. Suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at that time. So it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Oh, something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGildet was also wearing leather gloves that night. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. Oh, it certainly does look like a leather-gloved thumbprint, this mark. But we know that Mr. McGildet had no injuries at the time, anywhere on his body. From which we can conclude that any blood on the gloves belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Oh, Naruto-san, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Yes, I think you're right, Bruno. Farewell. Let's make a note of this. The details of the pawnbroker's ticket from the coat have been updated in the court record. The blood sample portfolio has been updated in the court record. Wait. Okay, oh, we got samples. And we have to identify whose blood they are. Okay. We have to go through the door over there. Of the shovels. That ledger that's open on the counter there really is enormous, isn't it? Must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all the hundreds of items in Spawn. Oh, it's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head if you ask me. But clearly Mr. Winbank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. The skull. I can't find anything out of place. Alright. Behind the door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Grexy said. Oh. Yes. And that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door. Oh, poor Mr. Windybank. He's been shot in the back. Mr. Windybank face down on the floor, with Gina beside him. Ah, as the accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene. Naruhodo-san. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course, and we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry, if there are clues in there, I'll find them. Okay, so how do we go there? Okay, that's how. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. 16th of April, Windybank storeroom. Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely. How Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windybank's stuff was taken in this very room only last night. Oh, Iris. Oh, Gregson. Oh! Wait, Inspector! What is it now, Sunshine? Ah, you took one look at me and tried to run away. You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped-up little defence lawyer, do you? Well... I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I don't know what to say to her. So you weren't running away from me. You were running away from a 10-year-old. Oh, I'm afraid this is a little much for a younger Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Hey! Oh, Iris. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? Oh, he's terrible with children. I don't think that went very well. Whoa! Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet. Oh, and we have investigating to do ourselves. Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Oh, hurry. And inquire into how Mr. Shaw's operation is going. No, I want to examine the thing first. Police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Oh, poor Mr. Windybank. He was a nice old man. Well, he was just a sconce through the heart. Most likely, the fellow died instantly. He wouldn't have felt a thing. This must be his blood then. Huh? Ah, I don't like to ask such a rash time, Iris. But I wonder if perhaps... Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action. It's gonna be green. It's blue. Okay. Oh, so now we know the color of the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Winterberg's blood. And it doesn't match our analysis of the bloodstain we found in the main shop. No. But let's add this sample to the other we've already collected anyway. Okay. Alright, alright. This is a revolver, a real one. Oh, and quite possibly the murder weapon. Used to take Mr. Winterberg's life. What's the matter, Susie? You and Bruno like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh. And I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Winterberg with this yesterday, didn't we? Oh no! I hate when he does that. I shall have to take my own life. Must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here, that was the same gun I saw in Gino's hand. Oh, Mr. Winterberg told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Wait a minute, give me a sec. Alright. What's this box? Out of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Ah! What is it, Iris? Oh, that's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in. Oh? Oh? Iris' unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this... Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, sold it. We are telling you. Without. Oh, we must check inside the box at once. Oh, yes. Ah! Oh, it was there. Iris' story was there. Really? It was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris? Yeah. I mean, of course. I believe Harry when he said he's deposited it here, but still. It's a relief to actually see it. Really? Because that's not a very well hidden throne. Iris' manuscript has been entered into the court record. A long unpublished story that Mr. Sholmes deposited at the pawnbrokery of the victim, Mr. Winterberg. It's entitled The Hound of the Baskervilles. Well, I want to check that out. Hey, wait! I just realized a symbol on the leather thing. It looks like Louis Vuitton. Hmm. It's Iris's symbol. There's nothing special about it. Oh, it's a title. The Hound of the Baskervilles. How does Sato-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me. Why don't we know? Oh, come on now. I'm so sorry. I find it very annoying. Why is it such a secret? Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them. Oh, I can't believe how many there are. Oh, a bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous painting. Look! Paintings. Pieces of different people's lives, quietly gathering dust in here, together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. Or at least there would be, if not for the chalk outline of the floor, and the policemen shuffling around. Not much I can do about that, sunshine. Paintings, things... I don't think there's much to look at now. More than that. Okay, I think we looked at everything. It's Dr. Gregson. The scene of the crime. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Pshaw! You've got eyes, haven't you? Use them. If it is what it looks like, nothing more, nothing less. Iris? Could you lend me a hand? So, Grexy, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh, yes, your ladyship, do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. Oh, so it was locked from the inside. We knew that already. Oh, the lock appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officers doing? Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in, as humbly as possible. Oh. As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor. This wise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child. Are you talking about Jeannie? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Oh, Miss Lestrade, the helpless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world. Oh, she's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. And I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that was used in her hand. Oh no! Presumably it's the gun that's still down there, on the floor now. In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? What? The key to the storeroom? Oh, and you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend in something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Grexy, do you know anything about Hurley? Is operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he? The thing is... Oh, don't miss your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is... No! The operation is done and dusted. It's just that... Well... Out with it. Yes, ma'am. They use something called a generous anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive. The whole body anesthetized? Is that even possible? It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep. Oh goodness, in the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction. The trouble is, the latest thing is always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took 2 hours for him to nod off, so I hear. And now that the off's finished, they can't get him to wake up, apparently. Oh my. No one knows if the anesthetic was still in his system, or if the bloke's just ran exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes round again. Honey. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get the word to you. What a surprise. Even in the matter of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do the things his way. Give me a sec. Alright. Okay, that's all we have. We should go to the hospital. Nothing? Oh, where do we go then? There's no blood anywhere. Oh, look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Looks totally different without that enormous machine on it. How he lives in an absolute mess all the time. He never notices when things go missing. Even Mr. Sholmes must have noticed that that huge lump of metal is no longer there, surely. Now this really is Mr. Sholmes' faithful performing partner then. The Stratifiers? Oh no, it's no good, it's gone. The virtuoso's violin that he found in a pawnbroker's and managed to buy for next to nothing. Oh, I hope Harley gets well soon. I miss hearing his violin playing already. Oh, Iris, I'm sure he will. Sure he will. Where do we have to go? We have to go see Gina? Oh, the telegram, it is, but you must have opened it. Okay. No, wait, it's just there. You mustn't open it. Oh, don't worry, I won't. With this special concoction I've developed, I'll be able to see through the envelope without having to open it. No, that's not allowed either. Oh, I'm sure it's something important. Little geniuses sure can be mischievous. I don't think there's anything here. Did I miss something? I don't think I did. Oh, there's still something to look at. Iris? Oh, don't worry, I'm alright. But we must find the true culprit. Oh yes, absolutely. No, there's nothing to look at here. Nothing more. Police are scouring every inch of this place by the look of it. Instructions for the yard are to examine every article in the shop, on every ledger and books of account. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene, in the early hours. We're sifting through it all, in shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure. And even then, we'll barely have scratched the surface. A crime in Pons Rockers. Must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know. A crime in the Pons Rockers. Prison? Let's see if Gina has anything to say. Oh, 16th of April. Local prison. Cell 13. She doesn't appear to be here. I believe she must be in questioning at the moment. Oh, but wait a minute. What is Iris? Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't there? Ginny could have slipped the key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped. Oh my. Why? Why would she do something like that? It would only make her situation worse. Oh, calm down, Bruno. But I was only joking, of course. You had me right there. I thought it was a great deduction. Oh yes, but your way with words, Iris. You're so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight of your words carry. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I suppose a light-hearted great detective is a contradiction in terms. Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Jones would just have thrown his head back and guffawed. I'm not very sure that's helpful, Mr. Naruhodo-san. Well, anyway, looks like we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. We should try to make progress with our own investigation in the meantime. Oh yes, come along then, Bruno. Come along, Susie. We gotta go to the Lord Chief Justice. That's the only place we haven't been. Doesn't seem to be much here though. Oh, I've always dreamt of sitting at a huge desk like that and looking important. Why don't you try it then? Discreetly, of course. Alright, I will. Tell me how I look. Well, Bruno, what do you think? A little too discreet. Can't even see you. Oh, that's funny. So Sharon's suits of armors are still facing each other menacingly across the room. Oh, I just can't understand why anyone would wear things like that in a battle. They must be so heavy. I expect you'd wear some special lightweight suit if it was onto you, wouldn't you, Iris? Oh, I think if it was me, I'd invent a world where people didn't need to fight each other in the first place. Ah, Iris, you're a champion. Well, what do you think? It was a mother's answer, wasn't it? She's 10 years old, 10, and she's leading you around by the nose. Okay, that's not where we need to be. I don't understand. What do we need? Oh, bigger shit maybe. Might be something in here. There's still a Scotland Yard carriage outside the window banks. Oh, I never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home. Poor Iris, she's very upset. Oh, poor Iris, she's very upset by all this. I'm sorry, I was there. Should have done more. Oh, none of this is your fault, Bruno. So please, don't apologize. But it's the criminals who are to blame for all this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them. Oh yes, you're right. You're right. You're always right. It's already been 2 months that we've been lodging here, above Mr. Sholmes' office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected good things would turn out like this. When Harley comes back home, let's have a big party. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm sure it won't be long. Mr. Sholmes is very tough. Oh, yes. There's nothing to look at. We're still not at the hospital. We can examine stuff. What can we examine? This may be Mr. Schultz's bed. Poor Harry. I know. It looks as stiff as a board, doesn't it? Oh, I don't think that will bother him. No? I even find him asleep face down on the floor, completely dead to the world. Oh, I think I'd call the police if I discovered someone like that. What's that? There's a notice board on the wall here. Look. Let's see. What does it say? There was thought of the day on seeing any vermin, calmly and discreetly inform matron. What? Oh yes, they have rats and mice in hospitals like this that love to feast on all the medicine. If you don't deal with them, there's nothing left to treat the patients. Rats and mice? Oh, I see. This is a rather old building, I suppose. Oh, but the doctor and nurse are very good, I hear. I certainly hope so, for Mr. Sholmes' sake. There's another part to it. Clutches? Crutches? I wonder what these are. Do you have any idea, Iris? Oh, haven't you ever seen crutches before? Let me explain. They're for people with leg injuries. To help them walk, you hold one under each arm, you see? All right. I thought there were weapons of sorts. Why would there be weapons in a hospital? I thought maybe a fighter had been injured in a battle contest and be brought here, along with his weapons. Well, that's surprisingly plausible. Nothing more to look at. This is an adorable little cat. I think it looks a little like Wagahai. Oh, I think we already saw that. Mr. Windybank appears to have used the back of this photograph to write out a redemption ticket. A small box. He's written it very neatly, but still, perhaps he ran out of paper, so he had to use anything he had to hand. It's hard to know what's the front and what's the reverse side now. So okay. I don't know. Do you mind if I should do this? Oh, it's just... There's nothing more to examine. Do you care about that? Inspector, what do you make of this? Oh, what do you have here then? A redemption ticket for a nautical disability here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of the office dictionary and wrote the ticket in whatever paper was to hand. Yes, this is a ticket for my gilded overcoat, one that little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually no, it's not. Really? You think you know better than me, do ya? No, I didn't mean to. Ronald's right, Rexy. It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. Never doubted you, your ladyship. So, what's all this about then? If I might be so bold as to ask. This is a second ticket. A second one? It seems that Mr. McKinley in fact had another article in storage here, at Winterbanks. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with Inspector Naruto-san. Oh good, because he's very easy to talk to. The second redemption ticket. Oh yeah. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGildy's overcoat. Hey! You mean to tell me? Yes, there were more than just a music box disc. It seems. Should have insisted on the last taking it back to the yard and examining properly. Ooh. Oh well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGildy deposited another article here with Mr. Winterbank. Oh yeah, I can see it's written here. A small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Grexy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGildy. Could be an important clue. Why? Yeah, I suppose it could be. Please, stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes. All full of hope and expectations. It's too much pressure. I'll lose my barbers. I will. I'll go barking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce from you, sunshine. Sauce? There's one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline has already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. The tickets are only ahead for 2 months. So, the small box will no longer be in here then. That's right, it's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop, where the forfeited items are offered for sale. Oh yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. Oh, you're wasting your time. Oh. There are dozens of little boxes out there, 100 even. Who can possibly know which one might have been McGildy's? That information is not written in the ledger. Oh. Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case. Oh, of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Oh dear, what's that? Ah! Nearly jumped over my skin there. How could Mr. Winterbank set such a wicked trap? I doubt he set out to scare anyone. Oh, is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. Oh. Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not we will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Do you remember, Bruno? You told her she could rip up the representation paper if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Oh yes, you did. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. Oh, in that case, we had better hurry back to prison and talk to Gina again. But the box! What about the box? Oh yes, this is where all the items have been forfeited by the original owners are offered for sale. That's right, they've all got little price labels on them, but there are so many. I wonder if the small box this ticket was for is still on the shelves somewhere. The box that Mr. McGildy deposited here just over 2 months ago. Well, even if it were here, finding it promises to be very troublesome indeed. Oh, there are so many boxes. Could be any of them. Oh, Mr. Sholmes said that the pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything. More secure than a bank's vault. So perhaps this small box of Mr. McKildy's contains something of very great value. Well, if that's the case, he's probably kept it locked. So then, we need to find every box with a lock and break them all open. Yeah. Oh, that sort of misconduct would get you arrested. I wonder if that happened. This takes me back. It's been some time since Citizen not through me. He looks like he enjoys it. Boxes. There are boxes here. What about those boxes? What about that? I don't think there's any way to know. Oh, we have to go see Gina anyway. "16th of April, 5:41 p.m. Local prison, cell 13. Ah, Gina, good. You're back. Ah. Oh, the police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful? Hey, oh, don't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. I meant we were able to investigate at Windybanks. Oh, right. Oh, don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point of asking? What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did it. Oh, that's not... Gina, we came to ask for your final decision. Hey, what decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? Come on, Gina. I must submit the paperwork now. If you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you. Right. I say. Oh, she's really lost her fight. All of a sudden. But I know what she feels like. What it feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Come on, Gina. All right then. Blimey, give it a rest with me, them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it? Who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. Hey, you don't say. Oh, we don't know yet, Gina. But Naruto-san and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish. Oh yeah? Like what? Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know why you broke into Windybanks that night. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason and thrust it in Gina's face. Well, I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. We found this in Mr. Windybank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story. Oh. Oh, right. Well, that's good then. Curiously, the storeroom at Windybanks showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina? Who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Ah! Why don't you tell us what happened, please? Alright there. This Baskerville story is the latest Sean's adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured it's gotta be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right? Oh yes, at least £5,000. What? So, you intend to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? No, Ginny, how could you? What? Wait, no. Hang on. Of course I wasn't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript, or whatever you call it, was really there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place. Oh, for Iris' sake. Isn't that right? Ah. Oh, we knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But... oh, I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Genie. I just knew it. Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you'd said the night before. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars. A lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at Windybanks. It's unsafe, yeah, the look. Oh, if I'm honest, I have wondered if Harry is telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, I sometimes wonder if he might have written my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Jeannie, that was so sweet of you. Alright, alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. It wasn't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. I wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest. If it really deposits the manuscript at Windybanks. Aye, it's like I told you the night before. I never had a father. But Iris' lot ain't like mine. She's got her dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon that's gonna be harder. That's why she writes stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded to me. It sounded like to me anyway. Last night when I was listening to what we were saying. Stories about Daddy? Oh, you mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? So much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner. Wow, that's all I see. Yeah. Oh, you're so thoughtful and so kind, Jeannie. Oh yes, and we never thought any differently, did we? Look, give it a rest, will ya? I ate this jammy nonsense. Do you hear? I ate it. I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one can let you down. So let me alone. Go on, Scarpa. I haven't noticed it now, but unmistakable right there on the sleeve of that overcoat are some very suspicious red stains. Whoa! Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Jaina now. Oh yeah, I need to speak to her about that. We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. All we have to do is hunt them to the court clerk. That is, if you allow me to represent you in court tomorrow. Don't bother. What's in he? Rip him up and check him with you. Then them representation papers, or whatever they're called. Guess they ain't fancy enough to have been. So, what will you do in court tomorrow? I'll be fine me own. Oh, I don't think you will be. Look, don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. Oh, this one's stubborn pickpockets. Present her that. With those stains on the sleeve of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. Whoa! Blood? No, no, for the sun. You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So it could be blood that splattered from Mr. Windybank when he was shot last night. Oh, let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Hey! Take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Jeannie. I'm going to shoot. Smoke bomb. Ooh. What? Oh. Oh my. What the? What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. Oh, and the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see who had the purple blood. Aha, yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. Oh, I knew it. Whoa, what are you all on about? The victim? What do you mean? Oh, it's a rather uncomfortable situation, Naruhoto-san, but I think it makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! Will someone explain what's going on? Stop telling off a story! Ah, the truth of the end of his case. So many twists. Oh, we can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGildy's overcoat. Oh, but in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains couldn't have arisen from Mr. McGildy trying to pull the victim to his feet. No. If that was what had really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood, if that is splattered over Mr. McGildy's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. I tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, was Magnus McGildy. Narawa-san. Unless that horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from the trial. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen? Oh no, did you believe him though? Did you believe Mr. McGildy was innocent? I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is the defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. Oh, you mean Kazuma-sama? Listen, Inosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe that what our client tells us, can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. What's funny, Gina? God, sounds like in this empire of Japan you come from, everyone must be soft. Well, come on. Look at the mess it's got you into, believing that block trotter. Oh yes, I inadvertently helped the murderer walk free. Well, at least you learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end. As soon as you let down your guard, you've had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one. Get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial? How many times do I have to say it? Rip him up and chuck him away. Are you really sure that's what you mean? Yes, that's what you want. Ah, but that's what he wants on all now. Mr. Unbeliever lawyer over there. Don't forget it was me in the trial 2 months ago. I let everyone up with the garden pass, didn't I? And you're telling me you can believe me? And you're telling me you can believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Naruhosa. A lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his client. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. I can't trust her. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Hey, are you half-baked? Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth. Seriously, eh? Mr. Odo? Didn't you hear all what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just strip off me tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Martina, I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean? Well, the world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. Hey! It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I'm completely on your side. What? What do you expect me to say to that? Just say you accept. Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now, after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Eastern, not or. I don't know what you are. I don't get you. Gina's taken herself off the back of her cell. Off to the back of the cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright in the end, I think. Whoever's hiding there. Wait, what? Show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Sato-san? Oh, somebody is here in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Oh, I suppose you are using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. Oh, if anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Trixie. Oh, dear me. I'm most terribly sorry, Your Ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in our conversation? On our conversation? Good grief, listening in? No. I just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave, even though it was after hours. I assure you, Your Ladyship, I only just arrived. This very minute. Not a moment earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward. Nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, Your Ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye, bye and bye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate to Her Ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart well... Emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing. I forgot to say anything. Anyway, I'm off. Alright, Grexy, if you have to, but let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed, can't wait if you please. My pleasure. Oh, that's a lot of pleasantries. Not one of them sounded sincere. What's going on there? Oh, Greg is so funny. He says such silly things. Oh, it's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police we're phoning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. Oh, I must head to the court clerk's office now, before it closes. Oh yes, of course. Thank you, Sato-san. Oh, kindly escort Iris home now. Naruhodo-san, I shall meet you there later. And so, our investigation came to an end. Sato-san went to find the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling I had been gnawing away at my side. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Sato-san would be leaving Britain, and making her way back to Japan. 16th of April, 11:13 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Oh, Naruhodo-san. It's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. And what about you, Sato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was shot before your eyes. Gina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father had fallen ill, and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Oh, thank you for your kind words. It's... I don't know, it's not much, but it's very... Oh, thanks for the follow, Fusha. I wonder where it is. And welcome, by the way. I wonder... What? That so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Oh, really? Once that is done, I shall make preparation for my departure tomorrow. What is it? One final task? Just but don't mind me. Wait, what? Okay. If you say so. What is it? What is she talking about? I really like those moments. Simple but very effective. Oh, it's just 2 months. It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. But we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. Oh, I'm so sorry, Soto-san. Oh, it's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts. Oh, I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. Oh, and what would that be? Well, it seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we can only see a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. I'm surprised about the number of errors there are in the text. Well, there aren't that many, but there are a few. Like this one. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps some parts we never lay eyes on for as long as we live. Oh, that's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. But I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. That all the facets will be eliminated and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Oh, Naruhodo-san. I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry, what? Of what? Oh no, it was nothing unimportant. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 AM. Oh, that's early. I see. Well, I escort you to the station. Station? Absolutely not. Sorry, what? I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Oh, Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but... Every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Oh, damn. Duty first, eh? Even though, like me, I'm sure we'll find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents? It's my notes from the case a month ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. Oh, the McGilded case. Oh, it seems to me that this case of Mr. Windybank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. Wow. With everything else she's had to think about. Susan still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. Oh, it was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. She's so great. We don't deserve her. Thank you so much, Soto-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. What? Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh, ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. Wait, what? What's going on? I hate that she doesn't say what's going on. The McGilded case notes have been entered into the court record. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now. Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room. Oh, Susato-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait, there's wait, what? What was that? A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown. Wait, what? It looks a lot like the other one, but okay. shut down? Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Damn it. So sad. It truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about the nemesis of our case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. I do that sometimes as well. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Wait, is something gonna wake us up again? "17th of April, the small hours, St. Sina's Hospital, Ward 3. A epilogue? What's going on? Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight of a mind. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place, exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted to you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. Did Soto-san go see Sholmes? She did. My dear madam. Oh, I'm glad she did. Oh my god, it's so sad that she has to go. Oh, it's so sad. My god. I find it super surprising how effective those moments are. Oh, what are we gonna do with that Sato-san? We're gonna have to save Gina. Because what other choice do we have? But I guess we have to wait another day for that. Alright. Thanks for being here with me. As always, please take care and stay safe. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.